Hey guys, welcome back to my 12 Days of Christmas series. Today is a very exciting video. Today I'm taking you along with me while I decorate my kitchen. I'm super excited for you to see everything that I did. But before we get into it, could you do me a favor? Could you give this video a thumbs up? Could you hit the subscribe button? And could you answer today's question of the day? How do you decorate your kitchen for the holidays? You're gonna see me adding garland above my countertops, how I decorated my coffee bar, and a bunch of other miscellaneous decorative ideas for the kitchen. So let's just get into it. Hey, quick interruption. I wanted to let you know that if you live in Woodstock, Ontario and the surrounding areas and you're looking to buy or sell your home, that I'm currently working on my real estate license, and pay attention in the new year. So the first thing I did is I got this massive thing of garland from Walmart. It was like $16 for something like 50 feet, or I don't remember exactly how big it was, but there was a lot. And thank goodness too, because it was like a really thin, soft garland. It wasn't one of those styles like a Christmas tree where it has branches sticking out, like it was all just one piece. But I think for my purposes, it worked out really well. It really allowed me to add dimension to the space. And previously I had different greenery up there, along with some twinkle lights. So I used the same twinkle lights because I didn't want to go out and buy more. Had I gone out and purchased some more, I would have got like warm toned twinkle lights. But because I was just using what I had at home, they are cool toned. I don't love the fact that they're cool toned, but they are kind of buried within the tree, that it just adds a little bit of light without being too in your face, contrasting with all of the other lights in my apartment. The next thing that I did was I added a bunch of little gold baubles. So if you remember from my wreath video, or even from the haul video, I had all of these really small baubles that I'd purchased from the Dollarama. And I figured it was a really great way to bring the rest of my home decor. You're gonna see my living room decorating video, as well as what you've already seen in my Christmas tree decorating video. I just wanted everything to feel cohesive. So using the same color scheme of decorations that I have essentially in the same room, I think turned out really nicely together. So what I really tried to do here was have some up front, some behind, and really just create some depth with it. And I really just wanted to fiddle around with everything. You keep stepping away, coming back, and really trying to get an idea as to what looks good together. It's all trial and error. You never get it right on the first try. Same thing like the wreath and the Christmas tree. But standing on the countertop was not ideal. If I were to go back in time and make some changes, I should really have not a bar stool. I should really have a ladder or a stool of some kind in this apartment, because trying to stand up there and hang a bauble and then turn back over to the box to grab another one and turn back over to get another bauble, it was a little risky at some times. I never fell off, everything was safe, and I was very, very careful, but if I was a little less careful, I might have fallen once or twice. But on the plus side, I think it turned out really nicely, and I'm happy with it. Jeez, you see the way my body's like contorting to turn around? Super, super do not recommend. The next thing I did in my kitchen was I wanted to spruce up my coffee bar. I had a situation for fall where I had dead roses all over a cutting board. And I thought that the atmosphere of having a dead flower there, because bit of context, in the spring I kept having all of these beautiful flowers on my countertop. I really love the way that fresh flowers feel in the home. And when they started to die, I didn't want to just throw them in the trash can. So what I did is I hung them upside down, dried them out, and stored them in like bags and jars and things of that nature. But I didn't like also having all of these bags and jars, so I figured a great opportunity to use them was to put them on the cutting board. And it worked for the fall. I thought it was really lovely, but fall's behind us now. It doesn't really fit the vibe of winter. So that had to go. I cleaned the cutting board and I got rid of all the dead rose petals. Now, a lot of this is trial and error. So I put that cutting board there with the kettle on top. And I really just tried to frame everything that I wanted to have out in a way that was appealing to the eye, but it just wasn't working and I couldn't figure out why. So I decided to take everything off and start fresh. I grabbed the cutting board that I had on the other side of that countertop. I had things like my cutting knives and paper towel on there, but I felt like it needed to have a new home for this setup. So I decided to put it on the counters in the way that you obviously see here. Before we get too much into it, I just want to pause and point out the coffee here sign that my sister made for me. That was very sweet. So I put my kettle back and I had this really great idea. I've done it before where I've grabbed acrylic containers and I have flipped them upside down to use as a riser. I had done it previously in a cabinet where I put my tea and hot chocolate on there. But I figured for Christmas season, I wanted to have one on my countertop. So in order to keep everything in place, what I did is I put sticky tack on the 4 corners and then you flip it upside down and then it's not going to go anywhere. I use this trick literally everywhere in my home. I made sure the cord was tucked behind that container too, because who wants to see an ugly cord? Avoid it if you can, right? I figured I would put the hot chocolate mason jar on top of the riser, and then I had a couple ideas for the other 2 mason jars. For the baking video, coming tomorrow actually, I have a bunch of candy canes. So I decided to put some into this mason jar because there was no way I was using all of it. And for the 3rd container, I decided to put some chocolate wafers in there. Like the little stick ones. You know what I'm talking about, you're literally seeing it right now. I am a sucker for a hot chocolate with those chocolate wafers in. It's so good. I also love the After 8 ones. This was just some random one I found at Giant Tiger, but oh my goodness, the After 8 chocolate sticks are to die for. Don't you just love the way it looks? Isn't it so cute, all they're next to each other? Definitely had to rearrange until things looked right, but I'm happy with it. Just had to make a couple final tweaks, adjust the coffee here sign so it's visible, take a couple steps back, make sure I like the way everything looks and is presented, get my coffee right there next to the kettle, and chef's kiss. I mean, come on, isn't that so cute? Who doesn't love a cute coffee bar? I'm obsessed with them, I really truly am. At my drink station, I just added a candle holder, the pretty white snowflake one. I actually got that at a work event back when I worked at Sunglass Hut. And on the inside, I put a candle that my sister gave me when I moved into this apartment. The matching one is at my charging station, and I also got a poinsettia there. I love poinsettias. Growing up, I remember in elementary school, we would try to sell poinsettias. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like one of those fundraisers that you do. And I remember there was one that was glittery, and it caught my eye, and I just thought it was the most beautiful thing ever. But I never had one because, unfortunately, they're toxic for cats. And growing up, I always had cats. Still have cats, but now that I'm living on my own, they're at my parents' house. I actually have the freedom that I can have a poinsettia. So when I saw it at Giant Tiger, grabbed it right away. I'm so happy. It's so Christmassy, and I just love the way it looks. I'm truly so pleased with the way my kitchen turned out. Gets me in the festive feelings every morning when I wake up and I make my cup of coffee. So let me know what you think of the way that I decorate the kitchen. Is there anything that you would change? Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to you coming and joining me tomorrow for my baking video. We've got a lot of really cool recipes, 3 to be exact. 1 is an alcoholic beverage and 2 desserts. So have a fantastic day. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and have a fantastic day, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.